So now I bought the truck. I guess it's time to make it my own. So we're here at Wichita Kenworth today. I'm gonna go in and look at some seats. They're bad. So we just got done. They gave us an estimate on what it was going to cost per seat for those high back Legacies in black. They're going to be $934.06 a piece. I can do better. Now, making the truck your own is an important thing to do when you've just bought it. Now, we're not talking about going to the chrome shop and dumping $2,000, $3,000, $4,000. But there are little things that you can do to just try to make it your own. I'll go over the truck here real quick and show you the outside, what I'm planning on doing here soon. Now, as you know, I put hubcaps on it, and I thought it'd be nice. But these right here are pretty tore up and rusty, so we're going to put new chrome mud flap hangers on and new mud flaps here soon. These are LEDs, so I'm not going to mess with those. And pretty much that's all we're going to do on the outside. I do have to clean inside this box though. The previous owner kept his chains in here, and it is a rusty swamp, and that's why I truly believe if you're going to carry chains, carry them on the outside of the truck. If I was going over the mountains all the time, I would actually put automatics on here. I would rather have that, and if I couldn't do that, I'd probably put hangers on the rear mud flaps. These boxes here, if you priced one of them out, they are very expensive. But they're not conducive to putting chains in. You just need to figure out a better way. And truthfully, I keep them on the outside of the truck. That way, when I go to wash the truck, I can always hose off the chains, and they really don't rust that way. So yeah, that's a great thing for antifreeze and stuff like that. But truthfully, that's nasty. But if you ever price one of these boxes out, they're pretty expensive, so take care of it. And I did put my stickers back on. Every truck gets them. Now, as tempting as it is to want to doll up the outside, this being a used truck, you should probably concentrate on the inside first. I do plan on spending a lot of time in there, and you should, and I want to do the dash and stuff like that. There's not a whole lot you can do with these new dashes, but the first thing you should always do is get a mattress, and I've got a brand new one in there. If you buy a truck, chances are from a dealer, negotiate a mattress into the deal. Have them put a brand new one in. You'll be glad you did. I came home and this car was dead. I left the camera on for a month. That camera will destroy a battery. So we've got it on the charger here. Red gave me that for Christmas. Best Christmas present ever. I bought her a rifle, so we both came out ahead. Now, there's one thing, if you're going to finance a truck, I would have this put into it if they're not going to pay for it. But always put new seats in it. You're going to be sitting in this a long time. And if you finance it, an extra couple grand really isn't going to make that big of a difference in your payments. Pardon the mess. So this seat is a Pinnacle. It's an aftermarket, but it is just completely wore out. And for some reason, this gearing in here is completely shot, and if I hit the brakes too hard, or I put too much pressure on an armrest, it slams me forward into the steering wheel. I don't like that. The other seat is the stock one, and I thought about swapping it over, but there's a problem. You can look at it and see it's clearly bent. Somebody kept resting against it or leaning against it, or had something pressed up on that side to where it literally bent the top facing that way. So yeah, that seat's shot. One of the other things I'm going to do is look into trying to figure out how to modify this CB radio. This setup on this tray right here is probably the worst thing I've ever seen. It's an absolute pile. Not only can I get the radio not to sit right, it sometimes falls out while I'm driving. And it only accepts one size radio. And it's all in there, and it doesn't have an external speaker, so I can't hear it half the time, even on full blast. And it only comes on with the power on. So I'm going to fix that, which is really easy to fix. But, you know, it's little things like that. So that's why we went and looked at seats today. Now, a lot of the stuff I had in my old truck will not work on the new truck. That's kind of why I gave most of it away to the guy who I sold the truck to. And truthfully, you know, stuff like my Galaxy here, this Galaxy won't fit. And the coax, I've noticed on that, it leaves a lot to be desired. But those are things for a later date. Your seats are important, and your mattress is important. Oops. Yeah. So the seats were $923 a piece, or $930, or somewhere around, I'll say $930. Now I said I can get them cheaper, and I can. This is what I've talked about before. A lot of these, I'm out of everything. A lot of these companies like that I'm leased to, like the company I'm leased to, it gets a very good deal on parts, especially through Kenworth. And what I've noticed is that if I'm home, I go, I look around, I find the thing that I want, the part number, the seat, the whatever. I get all the information, and then I make a phone call to the company and ask them if they can get it cheaper. And, you know, a lot of guys will be like, yeah, but they mark up the price. I was like, yeah, okay, so they might add 8 to 10% on it. But when you're knocking $1,000, you know, if you got $1,000 piece and you're knocking $300 off it, they tacked 70 back on, you're still $230 ahead. So, and they'll dispose of the old seats because they have a dumpster. And the mattress was the same way. Have you priced mattresses lately? $400, $500, $600, closer to $1,000 in a lot of cases if you want a nice one. That's not particularly a nice mattress, but it is an OEM Kenworth mattress. I was looking at mattresses, cheap memory foam and all that, $300-400, $153 through the company. This is where it pays to have, you know, good people behind you backing. But that's kind of, you know, you're getting the truck ready for you, but that's been my point. Now here's the thing. All the chrome, all the pretty things on the outside, while they are enjoyable, those things come later. Don't worry about those. At least within the first 3 or 4 months of owning the truck, you're still figuring the truck out. You know, you need to be more worried about, you know, the fuel mileage and how it's performing and what maintenance needs to be caught up and things of that nature. But what I'm talking about here isn't just those things, because I've talked about those things quite a bit. What the other thing you need to be concentrated on right now is being comfortable in the truck. That's why I talked about getting a new mattress. You know, you buy a truck from a dealer, say, yeah, I'll buy it, it's mine. Can you throw a new mattress in? Yeah, I think we can do that. These guys don't give nothing for these mattresses. You know, tell them, yeah, I'll buy the truck if you throw a new mattress in. They'll be more than happy. And like I said, if you know, the seats look a little wore out, if you're financing, or if you got the money on hand, just go ahead and have new seats put in while you're there. the seats, I can get the seats a whole lot cheaper than what they're wanting at Kenworth, but I got a very good idea what I wanted. Make the truck your own. Don't worry about the pretty things. Like I said, mattress, seats, put some carpet down on the floor. It's got a built-in TV mount. I mean, get a smart TV to where you can stream things from your phone and you're not having to watch a little tiny screen. If it doesn't have an inverter, put one of those in. If it's got an APU and all that, that's great. Concentrate on things in the first 6 months that are going to make the truck a comfortable place for you to live, because you're going to be spending the majority of your time there. I put 12,000 miles on in the last 3.5 weeks I've been on the road. I've worked a lot. Not as much as some, less than others. More than others, less than some. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I screwed that analogy up. But the important thing is you're going to be spending a lot of time with that truck. Get comfortable with the truck. Get comfortable in the truck before you start worrying about what other people think of your truck. It's your truck, man. These people's opinion doesn't matter, because you're making money and you're doing the same thing they are. I have my opinions about what I like in a truck, but I understand and respect the fact that you guys out there have your own opinions too. And that's fine. That's important. You're making money and we're all running the same race and we're all doing the same thing. So the important thing is get comfortable. Seats, mattress, carpet on the floor. Make it a comfortable place to be. And I know I've repeated this, but I think some people need to hear it before you start working on the outside. But like I said, make it a place for you. Don't worry about anybody else. You. And I'll guarantee you, it's going to be a much more enjoyable experience driving your truck in a place that's comfortable for you than it will be to drive a truck that you don't like, you don't enjoy, and you're not comfortable in. So make it yours, man. That's all I'm saying. So I appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Good luck out there and enjoy the ride, man. We're all out here together, so let's start acting like it, really. But that's a video for another day. So I appreciate it. Thanks for watching. See you next video.
Baby, read the fine print. I've got baggage and it's all Gucci. Don't get too attached to me. Everybody act like the answer. One love like in the movies. Wasting precious time assuming. Were we made to fall? And slowly exploring what I need. Cause dozens of times I swear that I knew, and the wisdom was scanty. Doesn't mean I was broken so open. I gave until empty. Got it all back.